World War III war simulation. All the little yellow dots are major cities that the other team is going to try and capture. The blue team is the west, and the red team is the east. And also major alliances is kind of out of the picture because, well, then it would be pretty unfair for the east. So without further ado, let's begin. One more thing, most of the fighting is going to be taking place over here in Europe, so let's cut to that. It is at this point in the war that both sides decide that they are allowed to use nukes. So when we take a look at the map, we see that these little black dots are areas that the nukes hit. The black is not the explosion force of the nuke, but it is the areas that are immediately affected by these nukes. And as you can see, over here in Europe, not too much happened. I mean, the Allies nuked Serbia, and that pretty much ended the country. Turkey was nuked, that pretty much made them fall. Armenia was nuked, pretty much killed them. Ukraine was nuked, even though they were already occupied. Belarus, their capital was nuked, so they're probably going to fall in a few days. Russia was completely dotted up with nukes, but that was mostly in their Arctic regions. And China received the worst of it, because they completely got dotted up with nukes in all their populated areas, except for like these two, which I'm pretty sure that is smack dab in the middle of a desert. And yeah, Korea got it pretty bad too. Both the capitals of those two countries got nuked, so they're dead. But yeah, now we see what would happen if nukes were used in a world war. It's not pretty. A whole lot more probably would have been used. Also, the reason places such as this little area, I know it used to be called Stalingrad, but it's not called that anymore. Moscow, St. Petersburg, New York, D.C., Chattanooga, L.A., Denver, like all these places. If you're wondering why these places weren't nuked like the capitals of the major countries, it's because that, like, first off, nuclear defense is a thing, as we see somewhere down here. Not gonna say which country, but somewhere down here. And this technology has defenses against nukes like these. So they have to be dropped like around the cities and not on them. And eventually this is probably what the entire world would look like if nukes were used by the superpowers of the world.